Hi, everybody. Sam here. Hope you're having a great day wherever you're at in the world today. I am so excited to be here with Danielle today to do a micro interview. If you are new to Safe Heart Connections, we're glad you found us. We're an online community group for women that are working on learning to love ourselves more fully so we can have the impact we were meant to have in the world. And if you've been around for a while and you're coming back, I'm so glad you're here as well. Danielle has a message to share, a tip, a thought, a piece of advice to help us understand that hard work isn't the right way to get you the life that you want. And so I'm really excited that she's here to share with us today. And Danielle, introduce yourself a little bit more if you want, and then just take it away sharing your thought, tip, or piece of advice.
Thank you. Thank you, Sam. And hello, everyone. It's beautiful to be inside your community, and I'm grateful for your time. I take it very seriously. So I'm glad you're here. My name is Danielle Amos, and I was programmed to believe, much like I think a lot of us out there, that hard work is what gets a person success. And I was modeled that. I was sharing with Sam earlier that my father was a single dad of four, and he had four jobs when I was growing up, and that was to put food on the table. We lived paycheck to paycheck, and I saw him work really hard at his job. And every time that we would talk about schoolwork or what I wanted to be when I grow up, it was like, whatever you do, you can do it. Just you got to work really hard. And I'm sure that just like me right now, you can hear your parents or grandparents saying this to you over, and we hear it all the time in society. Hard work hard. And so I did that. And I did that in high school. I did that when I graduated and went off to university. In fact, I got four jobs just like my dad to be able to pay for tuition for my university. And I just thought it was the way that it was supposed to happen. That continued in my career, and I had a really successful career in tourism, and everything was going great. My On the outside, it looked like I had an awesome life, but inside, I wasn't happy. I knew that there I was meant for more, and when network marketing came into my life, I saw that as an opportunity to become an entrepreneur. I loved the network marketing industry, and I said yes right away. And I assumed that my hard work would take me to the top. And here I am working 8 hours in my corporate job. I'd come home and I'd hustle in my network marketing career, sacrificing my family, time with my daughter. And I was willing to do what it takes. And I wore that like literally as a badge of honor. I was like always the last person doing extra, like the last person standing, like sweating it out. That was me. And I'm like, but I'm working hard. Like I'm worthy of this success. Fast forward, I wasn't successful in the network marketing career. I, in fact, didn't really go anywhere. And I thought it was because I just didn't have enough time or the opportunity to work hard. So I quit my job. Not recommended without a replacing your income. So I quit and I put all my effort into the network marketing career, was working like 14-hour days, doing more. My results didn't really change. And so then I started thinking that something was wrong with me. Like, why am I not a good leader? I'm not good enough. And I got really depressed. I found myself in a lot of debt because my expenses did not decrease and my income did not increase. So I was in over $100,000 of debt, credit card debt. And my mother, she dragged me to a seminar, and it was a seminar by Bob Proctor, and she had told me that he reads the book Think and Grow Rich and that he would know something that I didn't. And I was really resistant to the idea. But when I went there, I could tell he understood something that I didn't. And he basically said, "Your way's not working. Why not try mine?" And I had to admit, like I was burnt out. I was depressed. I was drinking alcohol till I sleep at night because I was so worried about my expenses. I was constantly fighting with my husband, and I was missing out on my daughter's life. I wasn't a nice person to be around. And when I heard Bob speak, I knew he knew what he was talking about. So I decided to follow what he said. And I invested in his coaching program. I didn't have the money. I borrowed three credit cards to do. And what happened within that 6 months is my life completely changed. A lot of what he teaches is that the mind and the way that you view yourself, your own self image, and your attitude about yourself in the world, and your energy or your vibration actually dictates your results. It's not how hard you work. And I had a chance to actually apply these principles to my life. And within 6 months, my income tripled. And it was such a shock. To be honest, everyone around me was like, what is happening? And I was even showing up differently in my company at meetings. I had more confidence, and it, it really transformed from the inside out. The truth is, I got connected to the truth of who I am. I slowed down. I started thinking, wow, if my own concept of myself is dictating the results I'm getting, what's going on in my mind? What am I thinking about myself? And to be honest, I wasn't very nice to myself. I was beating myself up, constantly judging myself, never good enough. It didn't matter how hard I worked, there was always room that I could have worked harder or done better. And so at the end of the night, I would be lying in bed, going through my day, looking for all the mistakes I made. And it wasn't working, like Bob Proctor said, your way's not working. And so I focused on self-image. And when I say that there's a way that you can work smarter, not harder, it's understanding what's going on in your own mind and understanding the truth of who and what you are. And what I mean by that is you've got this infinite power. And this is God, this is energy, this is universe, this is power that you can leverage and you can mold and co-create a life that you love with our creator, because you were created in that likeness of that creator, and you were given these mental faculties to imagine a beautiful life and then have that into form or into fruition. And when you get connected to this truth of who you are and your purpose, it all changes, and it did for me as well. And it did mean that a lot of the concepts that I had about who I was in my life, it got shaken up a little bit. I had to admit that I had been so much in the outside world taking action and not disciplining and really following my own guidance and trusting myself and understanding that I had this access to this beautiful power. My story was so remarkable that I know that I needed to help other women who were beating themselves up, other people who were really hard on themselves, thinking that they weren't worthy of success or that they had to overwork in order to become worthy. And so I became a coach myself, and I went back and I studied with Bob Proctor, and now have implemented these same ideas to help others transform their life. And it's been really remarkable. So the hard work, this idea that we've got to work hard, I believe it's a big part of the trap. It's this idea that society gives us that it's all in the outside, the physical action. Now, action's important, and it's 5% of the puzzle. 95% of your success is due to what's going on in your inside world and the truth that you believe about yourself and the world and the business that you're in. And you can transform that at any time. God gave you free will of thought, and you get to discipline that mindset. You get to discipline yourself from the inside out. And it's a decision that you make. It's not easy, but that's why we need support, coaches and communities just like this. And I know you can do it because I've done it too. And it's available to you. And it's your birthright. This abundance is your birthright. Prosperity is your birthright. Good health is your birthright. For you to see yourself as God sees you, that is what's available to you, and live in harmony with that idea and go out and take action with that idea. That's how you work smarter, not harder. So thank you for being here.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, ladies. Yes. Yes. Danielle, that has been, wow. This was better for me, even like we chatted before, and I had a little bit of an idea what you were going to say, but everything you're talking about, the self-image, that's what I talked about with teaching the women how to love themselves. I believe it starts with self-worth. And then I have 6 types of self that they need to work on to be able to not have a flat tire in their life. And because if you don't believe you're worth it, you're not going to do any of the rest of the work to get it done. And I agree 100%. What you think about dictates everything. When the women that have been around for a while, they know that in 2015, when I started my healing journey, one of the programs I was in asked me to give a word that described myself, and my word was worthless.
Oh my goodness, Sam.
How do you think I showed up in the world?
Mhm. And how do
Right?
you think other people treated you? Because they're just reflecting back to how you think of yourself.
100%.
Mhm.
And so what we think about ourselves dictates everything else. And so I'm so thankful that you and I got connected. I'll make sure that your links are all around this. And ladies, if you are dealing, yes, you have access to lots of information here in Safe Heart Connections and use us as a resource, but it doesn't have to just be us. People like Danielle that are out there that are on the same mission. We are cut from the same cloth.
Yes, we
And
are.
and sometimes you're going to need something more than what we can give. And that's why I do these micro interviews. And if you are struggling with the idea of your self worth, your image, or being able to break through some of these blocks, reach out to Danielle. Her information will be around here wherever you're watching or listening. And Danielle, do you have any closing thoughts before we wrap up?
Mm. Yeah, it's my desire and prayer that each of you listening connect with that truth that's within and to give yourself the gift of this work, whatever that looks like for you, knowing that you're in the right place and that as you walk in alignment with your truth and your true self image, that you are worthy, life continues to get better and better for you. And as it does, you'll have the opportunity to impact more and more people and make a bigger difference in the world. And that's the game we're playing. And I see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Thank you. I see you as well. And I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.